Hello, I'm Jacob E. Miles with Brown Harris Stevens Real Estate in New York City and Northern New Jersey. I transform people's ambition into achievement through real estate. Here are some thoughts on recent economic developments in our residential real estate market. As you've undoubtedly heard, inflation in the United States is headed in the right direction, downward, now at about 3.5%. But mortgage interest rates have skyrocketed, now at about 7.5% for the 30-year fixed, while the surprising strength of employment and consumer spending have kept the United States from a recession so far. Indeed, GDP growth for the third quarter has been about 5%. Let's explore certain factors of the economy a bit more, together with implications for our real estate market. Several days ago, many were surprised with the 363,000 jobs created in the United States in September, more than twice what had been expected and the biggest gain since January. Fortunately for the efforts to control inflation, wage growth is moderating, so wage growth is not the most significant factor driving inflation, even though wage growth impacts inflation typically more than hiring does. However, employers may find that they will need to pay more to attract and retain employees, given the better than expected rate of job openings and historically low jobless claims, thereby contributing to future inflation expectations. Unfortunately, we've got some additional headwinds which are likely to continue, if not increase, in the short term. The strong US dollar, rising oil prices, decline year-to-date in the stock market, political uncertainty, potential government shutdown, and major tragic military conflicts in two regions. Moreover, since the economic recovery has been stronger than had been predicted, yet again, future inflation expectations are also higher. Average 30-year fixed mortgage rates are now at about 7.5%, yes, the highest they've been in about 20 years, but jumbo rates are at least lower than that. By the way, the average mortgage rate over the past half century was 8%. What's more, after years of quantitative easing in which the US government purchased many mortgage-backed securities, the Federal Reserve now intends to sell all of these securities. Since the US government holds about a quarter of this market, the sale of these securities may drive up yields. And with future inflation expectations still higher than preferred, mortgage rates are likely to stay higher than preferred for longer, perhaps through the later part of 2024. Going back to the first half of this year, the number of sales were down by about 1/3 compared to the same period last year. Root causes were: sellers have been reticent to sell, given the ultra-low rates many obtained or refinanced during COVID, and two, buyers have been spooked by the higher interest rates of late and have been waiting to see if either rates or prices substantially change in their favor. Today, the New York City and Northern New Jersey residential real estate market is active and relatively balanced, containing inventory of about 6 months' supply. We currently experience an inventory shortage as well as near record high prices driven by persistent buyer demand, especially for those who are first time or who have a life event. Most buyers are purchasing in all cash, almost 2/3. In this relatively busier fall season, we are starting to see more and more downward price corrections. As we look to the future, the New York City government has proposed changes to what can be converted from commercial to residential, which may eventually provide additional housing supply in the coming years. It's true that housing is often the first sector of the economy to slow with tighter monetary policy, but it's also the first to strengthen when policymakers stop squeezing. As inventory has been improving during our cyclically busier fall season, we have seen a welcome increase in open house attendance, private showing appointments, and contract signings. In this newsletter, I include listings, economics reports, and news articles, which you may find of interest. Feel free to click through them below. Finally, although I gratefully directly support clients in New York City and Northern New Jersey, I've also got a highly trusted alliance of outstanding real estate sales professionals around the United States and the world. If you're thinking of making a sale, purchase, or lease a property anywhere, It's likely a very consequential decision for you. Why not consider a no-obligation second opinion with a referral that I could make for you anywhere in the United States or globally through our leading real estate companies of the world and Luxury Portfolio International memberships? In any case, please let me know how I may best be of service to you. Many thanks, and take good care.